Good day, everybody. My name is Kevin Hogan. I'm the author of The Psychology of Persuasion, The Science of Influence, 22 other books that have been translated into 43 languages all around the world. Today is part 2 in our series of questions. Questions that are powerful, questions that drive results, questions that create beliefs, questions that prime behaviors, questions that can trigger the cementing of attitudes and beliefs that you want people to continue to have or to change to, okay? That's what we really want to do. Questions are the drivers of all change. They're the drivers of all growth. They're the drivers of over half of all influential conversations. So why don't people use questions? Everybody's out there talking all the time. Everybody. Oh, let me tell you about my brand new product that you can buy. Here it is, and here's what it looks like, and it's so cute. That stinks. Don't do that. You're competing with 50 million people who are doing that exact same thing. Here, let me show you my catalog. No, let's not look at the catalog. Let me ask you a question. You're a girl, you're a woman, and you want to look beautiful, right? Let me ask you a question. What kind of a dress do you think that you would look absolutely awesome in? I mean, seriously, just tell me, because I want to point you to a place where I think you can go and get yourself something that will make you look absolutely amazing. But I want to see if we're thinking along the same lines. Fair enough? Okay, so just tell me. And then she'll tell you, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And then I know what she's thinking. And then I can say, oh, so you would probably also want this to go along with that, right? And you would want to have this sort of a feel and a look to it. And you'd want to feel comfortable, and you'd want it to be... And you have a set of criteria. And so you have brought this person, instead of showing them a catalog, instead of showing them a product, instead of showing them a picture, you've done way better than that. You've struck into their imagination, and they have told you that they want the product that they are going to see from you right now. Cool? Hey, you have been with another guy before. You have dated. I know you have. You've had a husband, or you've had a boyfriend. How many boyfriends? How many husbands? 3, 2, 1, 7, 17? I don't know. Whatever it is, you've had a couple. Let me ask you a question. Tell me if this is correct. You were hoping for a guy who was nice, who was kind, who was good with kids, who respected you, who made you laugh, and who could tell a great story and keep people around you entertained and have fun all night, that would also open the door for you, but still respect the fact that you're a woman and that you want to be on the same level playing field as the guy when it comes to getting a job. True? Not one person on planet Earth is going to disagree with that. Okay? So that's the question that you ask, right? That's a great question because it takes the person where you want to go. Now, all you have to do then is just, once again, you didn't take a catalog, you didn't show them a photo, you didn't take them back through their personal history of all the traumas, disasters, and everything. All you did was find out what they really wanted by suggesting them, okay? Because we know, no, I want to be with somebody who's abusive, that hurts me, that hurts my kids, that's terrible, right? Okay, so people are afraid to ask questions. That's the only reason people don't do it. They're terrified. They don't want to look stupid. And so they ask a question. They don't ask questions, they tell stories, or they babble on endlessly about things that don't matter. So stop it. Right now, become familiar with asking questions. Don't worry about looking stupid. Believe me, most of the time that you just say words and talk, you look stupid too. You just don't realize it. So here you have the opportunity of asking questions which will drive the person into their imagination and bring them to you as the result, or to the place that you want to go online, to the store, or to your brick and mortar store, or to your client sessions, or to your coaching practice, or your therapy practice, or to your medical practice, whatever it is you do, wherever we're here. And don't worry about looking stupid, because you're going to make mistakes in both ways. Okay, so become familiar with asking questions, because when you ask a question, you can always follow up with another question. If you tell a story, or if you say something that's really dumb, okay, like, you know, I know you don't like stupid guys. Actually, there's a pretty nice guy that was stupid. Smart's not the best criteria on planet Earth always. Oh, how come, right? See, we can get ourselves into all kinds of problems like that. So we begin with questions and we continue with questions. But most of the questions that we ask are conversational questions. In other words, the person doesn't really even, they're not even aware that you're asking a question, okay? And that's what makes it successful. People don't like their ego to shrink, okay? They ask questions and they don't know the answers, and so they're afraid to ask because they don't know where they're going. Therefore, you want to always prepare the most likely scenario where the person will be happy, content, feel good working with you, feel like they've made the right decision, like they made a smart decision that will convince the Rolodex in their mind that yes, this was a really smart idea to do business with Kevin Hogan. Okay? People think they are in more control when they're telling versus asking. This is absolutely not true. When people are talking, the other person is waiting to talk. So babble, 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 and the other person is waiting to babble back and say, ooh, babble, 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 babble. That's what the reality of life is, right? So get out of this, all right? Get completely out of this. People, you want to be in control just like I do. We all need to be in control. But the best way that we can let other people be in control is by asking them questions so they are the answer man. They are the woman with the answer. This is the person who is going to tell you the answer. Sometimes it's true, by the way, that the person who asks questions is not in the most control in the situation, which is absolutely fine. Sometimes you're a diagnostician, the other person has the answers, they know what they want in the future, they know what they want to do with their business, and you don't have a clue, but you have to find out, and so you have to make yourself vulnerable. And by the way, when you make yourself vulnerable, don't do it a little bit, go all the way. Go all the way, because when you go all the way, completely vulnerable, you have nothing left to lose. Okay, so if you're going to ask questions of other people and you're not going to be in control, the other person's going to have total control over the conversation, you can simply say something like, say, I have no idea what you've driven, what kind of a car you've driven in the past. Tell me, like, what would you want in the future? Like, do you even want a Toyota? Do you even want a Honda? Because if you don't, you're in the wrong place. You know, you really should go somewhere else. The person is there at your location. They gave you the appointment. They gave you the date. They're here in the same restaurant as you are, whereas 8 billion people on planet Earth are somewhere else, right? So obviously this is sort of synchronistic that the two of you are here, or it's on purpose, right? So just be completely vulnerable. You lose nothing and you take away all resistance. Cool? All right. More often than not, questions, you want to use questions that guide, elicit, and seek. A question should guide. Hey, I noticed the other day that you were doing this behavior. What were you doing? Because that looked really interesting. As opposed to, what the hell were you doing the other day? That was weird. Okay, right? Okay, seek information. Be really in tune with what the other person, people are doing something because they want some result. Okay, they're engaged in a behavior because they want a result. It could be anything, but you have no idea. Say, you know, I saw you were doing this the other day and you were drawing something. Are you an artist or do you just doodle or what? I mean, are you good? One of my favorite questions, are you good? I love asking, are you good? Because that's when people start really talking. Because the response to this is generally what I say when people say, hey Kev, are you a good guitar player? I say, no, I am average. I just love to play to reduce stress, to make myself feel better and have fun. And that, by the way, is very true. I'm not good. I enjoy it. I'm very average. And I just got to tell you a story because you asked me, hey, Kev, is it true you like guitar? I hear you have a few different guitars that you own that are kind of cool. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I can now tell you about my story. And I feel good that I got to tell you my story. So by asking the question, you put yourself out of control. You put me fully in control. You have no idea what the result is going to be, but you made yourself completely vulnerable and you got a great answer to your question. Asking can be perceived as rude, by the way, and most people know this, so don't ask questions that are going to be rude, okay? Like, observe. Why would you have invested in the Dow when it was 20,300, knowing that the market had topped out, and you watched it crash here in 2019 down to 6,000? What were you thinking? That's rude, okay? If you're the advisor, if you're the friend, or if you're the financial advisor, you ask the question, say, hey, look, in the past, I know you told me that you bought the market at 20,300. Obviously, the market went down to 6,000. It was unfortuitous for you. Can I show you a few ways that that will not happen again to make sure that this situation doesn't replicate itself in the future, okay? And if you let me do that, I think I can maybe like change your future in your finances too, cool? All right, make it simple. It's not rude. You have rude and not rude. do things in a not rude fashion so people don't have yet another reason to say no to you. They now have a reason to say yes to you because you felt supportive, you felt comfortable to be with, you felt easy for the other person to be around. Simple as that. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I will see you here next time.